Coming up on Agweek TV, the devastating storms that swept through the region take a heavy toll on farmers. We'll look at some of the damage.
We take you to the Rhoden Ranch in Union Center, South Dakota for a look at South Dakota Governor Larry Rhoden's ranching history.
A group from the EPA in Washington, D.C. pays a visit to North Dakota to get a close-up look at farming practices.
It's strawberry season here at Country Blossom Farm in Alexandria, Minnesota.
Welcome to Agweek TV. I'm Emily Beal. Deadly storms devastated a large part of North Dakota and some parts of Minnesota. 3 people were killed in a tornado in Enderlin, North Dakota, and farms throughout the region suffered heavy damage to buildings and crops. I traveled to Page, North Dakota, and met with a farmer to get a closer look at some of the damage.
This was hopefully a once-in-a-generational storm.
Jim Thompson farms near Page, North Dakota, an area of the state that was hit particularly hard by the storms that occurred on June 20th. The storm claimed all his dry beans and some soybean acres as well, forcing him to replant.
We were 100% completed. We got everything planted. The dry beans took it the worst between the wind and the hail. And so they're basically wiped out, and we're going to start replanting into those. And then we've got several soybean fields that took it pretty hard, so we're going to try and replant into those too.
Thompson feels lucky that his operation didn't experience the severity and damage that some saw, but he anticipates a hectic harvest season due to lack of grain storage, since many grain bins and even grain elevators were destroyed from the storm.
There's so much infrastructure damage as far as grain bins and legs and dryers, and it's too much to be replaced in 1 year. Irrigation pivots are flipped over. You know, there's only so much of a supply of equipment and crew to fix it all. And a lot of it's not going to get done this year. Some of it's going to get done next year and probably the year after. It's going to be a long recovery. And, you know, I think what most guys are worried about is harvest this fall. You know, what do we do with this crop? A lot of uncertainty going into this fall that, yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I mean, guys around here, they always seem to make good decisions and will make it work.
While there is a lot of work ahead of farmers in the area, Thompson is thankful that everyone in Page remained safe.
It's a very widespread event, and unfortunately, you know, you have the loss of life down in Enderlin with the tornadoes, and that's awful. And the things that happened up here with the straight line winds and the debris being flown around, it's amazing no one was hurt here.
The Red Cross has been in Page helping with cleanup and Page's citizens. With no movement on getting a farm bill to replace the expired one, a budget reconciliation bill might be the only way forward, according to former Representative Colin Peterson. Peterson served 30 years in the U.S. House, much of that time leading the House Ag Committee. He played a major role in crafting 5 farm bills. Little movement has been made toward passing a new standalone farm bill, but Republicans in Congress have included some farm bill programs in a budget reconciliation bills. The House version, called the One Big Beautiful Bill, includes some increase in spending on ag programs. But the bill also contains cuts to supplemental nutrition assistant programs. Peterson says there's a lot riding on the bill.
But I don't see how they don't pass this because, you know, this bill is too big to fail.
Yeah.
But it could, you know, and if it does, if they aren't able to get it done, then what's going to happen is they're going to have to do an extension or a continuing resolution.
Right.
You know, because they're going to have to do something to get the government, keep the government operating.
Peterson spoke at the Midwest Ag Summit in Fargo earlier this month. Agriculture is the largest industry in South Dakota, and Governor Larry Rhoden has been a part of it his entire life. Ariana Schumacher sat down with the governor at his multi-generational family ranch near Union Center, South Dakota this week in the Agweek cover story.
Earned living with my hands my entire life.
When he's not in the Capitol or the governor's mansion in Pierre, you'll find South Dakota Governor Larry Rhoden here in his workshop building custom branding irons.
I come home on the weekend and I head to the shop, and that's kind of my therapy sessions.
Rhoden has been building branding irons for about 50 years, and now he will make around 700 each year.
So for me to be able to go to the shop and kind of unwind and regain a perspective is really helpful.
This ranch near Union Center, South Dakota, has been in the Rhoden family for 4 generations. It's where Governor Larry Rhoden grew up and continues to live.
And I was the youngest of 4 sons. I had a twin sister. And so it's pretty typical on these ranches for the youngest son to be the one that stays on the place, and it was a case with me as well.
Along with ranching, Rhoden began his journey in politics. He served in the National Guard along with various volunteering roles in his community. In 2000, he became a legislator and continued to work his way up the chain of leadership roles. Balancing ranching and politics wasn't easy. His neighbors would help with the chores while he was serving, and about a week after the legislative session would end, calving would begin on the ranch.
I'd always come home. There'd be cows dropping calves on the ground when I got home, and if I was lucky, the weather wouldn't be too bad. If I wasn't, then I'd have a mess coming home.
After becoming lieutenant governor under the Nome administration, Rhoden sold his cattle herd and leases his land to a neighbor.
My life was a lot simpler when I got rid of the cows.
This year, Rhoden stepped into his role as governor of South Dakota.
I think it's unique, and I think it's valuable to have a governor that has that kind of an understanding and a background and a history with the state, and especially with the Universe of Agriculture.
While he is busy leading the state, Rhoden still enjoys his peaceful time on the ranch and in his welding shop.
I think it's been a pretty good balance for me.
Near Union Center, South Dakota, this is Ariana Schumacher for Agweek.
You can read more in the next Agweek magazine or at agweek.com.
Ahead on Agweek TV, a group from the EPA gets a close-up look at some North Dakota farming practices.
Hamilton System Inc. in Drayton, North Dakota is the North American distributor of the Fantini corn and sunflower header. Both the L03 corn head and the G03 sunflower head have a simple, high-efficiency, low-maintenance PTO-driven gearbox, which eliminates slippage and power loss even in the most trying conditions. These heads are built with a solid one-piece frame and tubular steel construction that will withstand the harshest field conditions. Available in models from 4 to 18 rows, they adapt to any combine and come with a 4-year warranty on the transmission units.
Farmers, the future of your operation starts today. Thinking about expanding? Grow smarter and store bigger with Brock Solid grain bins from Gateway Building Systems. With decades of expertise, we build custom storage solutions that increase capacity, boost efficiency, and maximize profits. More storage means more control over your success. Get your Brock Solid grain bins now. Give us a call or go online to gatewaybuilding.com.
At Maddock Ranch Supply, we believe in authenticity, which is why we only sell products we use and those we trust. From fencing to animal health products to the meat we raise on our very own ranch. We're there at every step of the process because we understand how a little help can go a long way in the ranching community. Visit MaddockRanchSupply.com to learn how we can help you make more money on your farm and ranch.
Hi, I'm Agriculture Commissioner Doug Goring. Project Safe Send will be in your area in coming weeks. This is your chance to dispose of old, unusable, banned, or damaged pesticides. Please check your storage areas for pesticides that are no longer effective, safe, or legal to use. Contact us if you need bags to safely transport product to a collection site. Project Safe Send is simple and free. Be sure to visit nd.gov/NDDA for a list of dates, times, and locations.
Farming is more than just a job. It's a way of life. It's your hard work, your investment, your future. At Superior Grain Equipment, we're here to protect it all. From durable grain storage to gentle drying and handling solutions. We build systems designed to last, and we stand by you with service and support every step of the way. Superior Grain Equipment, proven solutions to help you grow.
A delegation from the Environmental Protection Agency in Washington, D.C. spent several days in North Dakota this week. As Rhoden reports, they came to learn about ag practices and innovation in the state.
If we don't have land, we can't grow the crops. Everything we do, we think about the land.
Barry Kingsbury is the 5th generation on this northeast North Dakota farm. He grows wheat, potatoes, sugar beets, and pinto beans. And he's happy to talk about his farming practices with employees of the EPA.
that when they're making decisions or reviewing labels, we like them to associate that with the people that are using the labels and the tools that they're overseeing.
The 3-day tour is sponsored by the North Dakota Grain Growers Association. They've been doing this for 30 years, giving regulators insight into modern farming practices, challenges, and opportunities. It also gives growers the chance to showcase their sustainable practices and environmental stewardship.
We're showing them like kind of what a sprayer looks like, how it operates, how it minimizes drift, and the thought process that we as farmers use going into spraying any particular field, and the concerns we have are usually more than what's on the label.
EPA biologist Rosanna Louis-Juzwiak says it's helpful to get out of the office and meet the growers who are directly affected by their regulations.
It helps us to get a better sense of on-the-ground, real-world data of what individual growers are experiencing.
Near Grafton, North Dakota, this is Rose Dunn for Agweek.
Other stops on the tour included the North Dakota State Mill and Elevator, RDO Equipment, a potato processing plant, and several other farms in northeast North Dakota. Fusarium head blight caused havoc on oats in Minnesota last year, particularly in the southeast region. The fungal disease, also known as scab or head blight, causes significant yield loss and reduced grain quality. It was one of the topics covered at the University of Minnesota Extension's Small Grain Disease Management Clinic in Rochester. Ryan Miller, crops educator for the University of Minnesota Extension, says the good news is Fusarium head blight isn't expected to cause nearly as much damage as it did in 2024.
It's not a disease we've typically thought about with some of our oat production, but it is an important disease because of the vomitoxin that can be created by that disease when it infests a plant, and so it can lead to grain buyers rejecting the grain based on how much of that is present and whether it's present. And
6 more small grain clinics will be held around the state. They will focus on which fungicides to use and when and how to apply them, including updated nozzle recommendations. A new indoor wheat cleaning facility has been added to Sioux Nation in Fort Pierce, South Dakota. Sioux Nation sells seed along with farm and ranch materials. Ariana Schumacher shows us how this addition is helping expand the company's capacity.
We wanted to bring a better product to our customers.
It's a vision that's been in the works for 5 years and is now becoming a reality.
We wanted to be more efficient, and we wanted to be able to take advantage of upcoming technologies and production practices.
We were increasing sales, and we weren't getting a good quality product at the time, so we decided to build something that would get us there.
The main purpose of this facility is to clean the wheat that is grown in their certified wheat fields.
We bring them in, we process it, clean everything out that we can. It's normally not that dirty as it's certified.
Sioux Nation went from a dirty holding capacity for wheat of about 3,000 bushels to 20,000 bushels with this expansion.
When a grower grows a lot for us, it's usually 20 to 30,000 bushel lots. This way we can bring the whole lot in, clean it all at one time, and then go through the facility, clean the facility out, bring another lot in.
The facility will be able to process around 800 bushels of wheat an hour. They're hoping to add hybrid wheats as well.
Maybe this fall we might plant a little, but definitely by next fall we'll have some hybrid wheat planted.
As they expand, they've decided to rebrand their seeds to a new name, Drake Seeds.
We're looking to expand into other states and to help produce these seeds and supply growers essentially throughout the Central Flyway.
In Fort Pierce, South Dakota, this is Ariana Schumacher for Agweek.
The new name was unveiled on June 20th, and they hope to begin processing wheat at the facility on July 7th. Ahead on Agweek TV, it's peak strawberry picking season on this Minnesota farm.
We offer the full lineup of brand products. Big ones are going to be your conveyors, your land rollers, grain carts, high-speed discs. Those are going to be the very popular ones that we see out in the countryside and we like to have on hand here at all times.
Brent does a really good job of supporting the products and providing the parts on time and when you need them. For a full line of Brent products, give us a call at 701-361-4790 or visit our website at northstar-ag.com.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
At Vatterstad, we're partnering with North American farmers to create the perfect emergence. We're doing this with new and innovative tillage, planting, and seeding solutions, optimized for the field conditions that you face, and with industry-leading capacities to help you get the job done in short windows of time, so you can maximize yields. Vatterstad, we look forward to growing together.
Dig, lay, and bury drain tile all in one pass with the Crary Tile Pro Plow. The Crary Tile Pro Plow lays tile up to 7 feet deep with boot sizes of 4 to 12 inches. Advantages of installing drain tile to your field provides increased overall yield, improved soil moisture levels, and controls soil erosion. It pays to tile with a Crary Tile Pro. To locate a dealer near you, visit www.crarytilepro.com.
Farmers, the future of your operation starts today. Thinking about expanding? Grow smarter and store bigger with Brock Solid Grain Bins from Gateway Building Systems. With decades of expertise, we build custom storage solutions that increase capacity, boost efficiency, and maximize profits. More storage means more control over your success. Get your Brock Solid Grain Bins now. Give us a call or go online to gatewaybuilding.com.
Agweek weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
After last week's devastating storms, can the region expect calmer weather? Here's Lydia with our AgriWeather outlook.
As we wrap up the month of June, I thought we'd look at some of the moisture that we've picked up. We've had some big rounds of rain, including thunderstorms, which means that you can have variations in your rainfall reports from location to location, just depending on where a specific downpour set up. Minneapolis, almost 4 inches of rain this month. Fargo, a little over 3 inches, about 2.5 in Duluth and in Sioux Falls, 1.76 in Bismarck, and about 1 2/3 inches in Grand Forks. And for a lot of us, that is still behind normal. These white numbers here is your departure from normal. Only Minneapolis is now ahead of normal, about 1/4 inch. But a lot of us, especially lower on the list, anywhere from 1 inch to nearly 2 inches still behind normal on our rainfall, on our moisture through the month of June. That is taking us through June 26th, by the way, so we've still got a couple of days to add in some of that moisture as we do have thunderstorm chances. Headed into July then, I see us having a pretty toasty start. Jet stream kind of works its way to our north, which allows a lot of warmer air from the south to end up with us. We're looking at a lot of days in the 80s, if not close to 90 from time to time. Warmer in the south and a little bit cooler in the north, generally speaking. Mostly dry here as we do turn the calendar into July. So that's why I wanted to show you some of those June rainfall totals, because we're likely to back off a little bit for at least the first 2 weeks of July. I actually see a monsoon pattern setting up in the southwest corner of the country, and sometimes that can kind of steal some of our moisture chances away from us. I don't have us going bone dry, but just more days in between some rain chances into the first couple weeks of July. As for your jet stream pattern, your jet stream setup here, the heat dome over on the eastern part of the country this week starts to fade away. Heat, of course, building into the desert southwest. We get a little drop in the jet stream in the days leading up to the 4th of July, and that can send in slightly cooler air. Not cold by any means, but near average or even slightly below for a couple of days before we start building in more of that heat out west, and that works its way up to the north. This now takes us to the weekend after the 4th of July. That is very evident here when we look at your temperature outlook maps for the next couple of weeks. This specifically July 1st through the 5th. We are looking at well above average temperatures far up to the northwest, near average, near normal highs further off to the south and to the southeast. And normal this time of year is anywhere between about 80 to 83. Still plenty warm, still good corn growing temperatures, but not cold and not super toasty either, right close to average. Now, as we go into the following week, this now getting us closer to about the middle of July, the 3rd through the 9th specifically, we back down a little bit, we cool down a little bit, but we're still looking at above average temperatures far to the northwest. Closer to normal where you do notice these grays, and that includes that eastern part of South Dakota all the way over into Minnesota. Rain chances are out there through the country. You do see that darker green to the southwest with that monsoon pattern. We'll back down our rain chances, but keep them around into July.
At Maddock Ranch Supply, we believe in authenticity, which is why we only sell products we use and those we trust. From fencing to animal health products to the meat we raise on our very own ranch. We're there at every step of the process because we understand how a little help can go a long way in the ranching community. Visit MaddockRanchSupply.com to learn how we can help you make more money on your farm and ranch.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
Hamilton System Inc. in Drayton, North Dakota is the North American distributor of the Fantini corn and sunflower header. Both the L03 corn head and the G03 sunflower head have a simple, high-efficiency, low-maintenance PTO-driven gearbox, which eliminates slippage and power loss even in the most trying conditions. These heads are built with a solid one-piece frame and tubular steel construction that will withstand the harshest field conditions. Available in models from 4 to 18 rows, they adapt to any combine and come with a 4-year warranty on the transmission units.
We offer the full lineup of brand products. Big ones are going to be your conveyors, your land rollers, grain carts, high-speed discs. Those are going to be the very popular ones that we see out in the countryside and we like to have on hand here at all times.
Brent does a really good job of supporting the products and providing the parts on time and when you need them. For a full line of Brent products, give us a call at 701-361-4790 or visit our website at northstar-ag.com.
As your farm evolves, so do the challenges that come with it. At Superior Grain Equipment, our systems are built to make your job easier and help your grain reach its full potential. From gentle drying to durable storage, get the flexibility to market your grain on your time. Superior Grain Equipment, proven solutions to help you grow.
Strawberry season got off to a slow start this year, but it's turning out to be a very sweet one at Country Blossom Farm. As Michael Johnson found, berry picking is nearing its peak at Country Blossom Farm in Alexandria, Minnesota.
This guy here, he's a pretty good sized strawberry. Oh, yeah. It's strawberry season at Country Blossom Farm near Alexandria, Minnesota. Owner Troy Heald says it's going well despite some early season frost that killed off some of the crop.
The good news is the berries that are left that aren't frosted, they'll get a little bigger then. So it hasn't really affected our total crop that I can tell yet. But we really, till we're done, we won't know. Mother Nature is still in control.
Heald says the cooler, rainy weather is slowing the ripening process, and he's had to limit the hours they're open. But he says the berries are ripening nicely. He has 4 acres of strawberries, and each rotation lasts 5 to 8 years. They've grown strawberries here for about 8 years, but it's just one of many crops and activities on the farm.
Our main crop is apples. We do the strawberries, the apples, raspberries, the agritainment portion in the fall, the bakery, the cidery. So, all these things kind of help support our farm.
Heald says it should be peak picking in the next week. You can pick your own, or the staff will pick them for you.
You don't miss out if you're not here on the first day, so there's plenty of berries.
Near Alexandria, Minnesota, this is Michael Johnson for AgWeek.
Country Blossom Farm is located along Interstate 94 at Alexandria. Visit countryblossomfarm.com for more information on events throughout the year. Up next on AgWeek TV, the cattle market boom continues.
At Vaderstad, we're partnering with North American farmers to create the perfect emergence. We're doing this with new and innovative tillage, planting, and seeding solutions, optimized for the field conditions that you face, and with industry-leading capacities to help you get the job done in short windows of time, so you can maximize yields. Vatterstad, we look forward to growing together.
The Crary Revolution Ditcher is the new standard for surface water management. The Revolution Ditcher leaves a smooth finished 5-foot flat bottom cut and cuts up to 10 inches in one pass. Throw dirt in either direction, up to 165 feet. Now with the hydraulic cross auger to break up dirt and keep you working faster. Check out the Revolution Ditcher at crary.com.
Hi, I'm Agriculture Commissioner Doug Goring. Project Safe Send will be in your area in coming weeks. This is your chance to dispose of old, unusable, banned, or damaged pesticides. Please check your storage areas for pesticides that are no longer effective, safe, or legal to use. Contact us if you need bags to safely transport product to a collection site. Project Safe Send is simple and free. Be sure to visit nd.gov/NDDA for a list of dates, times, and locations.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
Farmers, the future of your operation starts today. Thinking about expanding? Grow smarter and store bigger with Brock Solid Grain Bins from Gateway Building Systems. With decades of expertise, we build custom storage solutions that increase capacity, boost efficiency, and maximize profits. More storage means more control over your success. Get your Brock Solid Grain Bins now. Give us a call or go online to gatewaybuilding.com.
The cattle inventory remains at a 74-year low, but record cattle prices continue. Bert Nelson, economist for the American Farm Bureau Federation, says we are reaching the peak time of year for beef sales, but there is a concern that producers may not be able to keep paying high prices for beef.
We have a lot of uncertainty on the horizon when it comes to the day-to-day life of American families and what that means for the consumer. So how long will they still continue to buy beef, even in the face of these higher prices?
Chinese tariffs and the continued threat of the New World screwworm also raise concerns for the beef cattle markets. Stories you'll only see on AgWeek.com and in Agweek magazine this week. Minnesota turkey growers are increasingly turning to lasers in the fight against on-farm disease spread. And weeds and replants were highlighted in an Iowa crop update. We appreciate you watching AgWeek TV. Remember to check us out daily on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to keep up on all your ag news. Have a wonderful week, everyone.